Hello everybody, Siegebreaker back with another Ark Survival Ascended guide video. And today we are actually going to do an updated version of the hide farm. Now, a few years back, I made one of these videos. But since then I don't want to say perfected, but I have improved my design just a bit. Sadly, there still is going to be some blockage every now and then, and we'll get into that later on in the video. Um, but yeah, if you want to farm hundreds of thousands of hide, this is the guide for you. So, what you want to start off by doing is placing 5 triangle foundations like this, right? Just in a row. And then on either side, place two normal foundations, right? And then what you're going to want to do is just connect the circle, right? So right here on the other edge, it's another 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. All right. So you want to do that all around the edges until you have a complete circle, like so. And then what you want to do is fill in all these, all this space right here. So where there's triangles, right, you do normals, and then you go back to triangles, and then you would go back to normal if you had to, right? I have to make more foundations real quick, but I'll finish this off right here. Once you're done with the floor, though, you then want to make these walls on the outer rim 12 high. That's about where you want the height of the build to be, about 12 walls high. So once I do all that, I'll bring you back. Okay, so as you can see, I have built the walls up to 12. I used the large stone walls just so it's easier. For this entire build, if you want to do the large stone walls, which I highly recommend, you're going to need 90 of those, which is like 14,000 stone, 7,000 wood, and a couple thousand thatch in order to make 90 of those bad boys. But yeah, it should be 12 high once you're done. I'm leaving this gap for now because that's where the entrance is going to be. But before we do any of that, I want to show you how to put the Phiomias in. All right. Now this will be the entrance, right? So from here, it is right here. So you want to start right here, and to start, you need quarter ceilings. I got 95 right here. You're not going to need all of them. I just have 95 from my leftover build. So what you need to do is right here, where there's 3 walls, you put 4 quarter ceilings right off the bat right here. Boom, like that. All right, and then I'm pretty sure, yeah, you skip. Yeah, okay. So then you skip those 2. And then you go back to the 3 walls, right? Then you place down 4 quarter ceilings. You skip, place down another 4. You skip, and then you place down another 4. Then, once you get here, along these sides, along these 3 walls, you only place 2. All right? So basically, these platforms are where the Phiomias are going to stand, right? And then along the outside, there will be, on this wall, there'll be 2 out here. On that wall, there'll be 4 and whatnot, because the outside is where the male's going to be. The inside is only for the females. So let me show you real quick what I mean by that. So I'm going to start off. It's the very bottom layer, this first layer, you need 20 female Phiomias, just to put that into perspective. All right, you're going to need 20. Let's see if this works. I'm going to need to get so on the edge, it's not even funny. So on this one, it's only 2. So 1 right here. All right, yeah, that'll work. And then you go up again. and you place down another female, right on the very edge, as far as you can get it on the edge. You place it down without getting stuck, hopefully, unlike me. But yeah, that's basically what you do. So, right, females on the inside, and then males on the outside. Can you please get up? Alright, so those two females are right there. And then, on these quarter ceilings where there's 4, you place 1 female per quarter ceiling. You can fit them all on there, and you have to make sure they're on the very end. So, like 3/4 of their body are sticking off the ceiling. Because if you don't do that, the babies will get stuck on these ceilings. Now, like I said in the beginning, the babies can still get stuck on the ceilings. It's not a foolproof plan. But I've learned that the best way for that not to happen is to use quarter ceilings. I've tried pillars. It just doesn't work as well as the ceilings do. So your best bet is the quarter ceilings. And just do that. So I'm going to show you what to do for the male out here. You go right there. 1, 2. And then you just put 1 male on the outside of these. Because this male will take care of these 2 females, and so on and so forth. Right? So then you do this. Like so, but hopefully you don't get stuck like me again. But that's basically what you do for this beginning layer. Right? So I'm going to do that for each and every single platform. And then I'll bring it back and show you when it's done. After I get out of this Fiomia. Alright, so now that we have all the females inside and the males outside, we're gonna go to level 2 of the poop farm. Excuse me, the hide farm. So the next level isn't going to be as big as this one, right? So you don't have to worry about that. The next level is going to be 3 walls up from where you placed these quarter ceilings, all right? So where the Fiomis are, you count 3 walls in between them and the next ceiling. Or if you want, it's just 4 walls, right? So here, let me point so you can see what I'm doing, all right? So that's where the quarter ceiling is. All right, that's 1 wall, 2 wall, 3 wall, and 4 wall. On top of that 4th wall, you place down 2 quarter ceilings. And you do that above each of the big groups of Fiomias, right? So over here, 4 walls up, 2 ceilings. Over here, 4 walls up, 2 ceilings, 4 walls up, 2 ceilings, and 4 walls up, 2 ceilings, all right? You're going to place 2 females and 1 male up there each. So let me show you. Once I get the females and the male, because I forgot them. So it is half beam. It is then full beam. Then it is another half beam like so. And then quarter ceiling, like that. And you can put another pillar right there if you want to make it look prettier. Or, better yet, you can do a thin one, right? So it's not all clunky. I would recommend actually the thin ones. All right, because you don't want the babies to accidentally get stuck on them. So yeah, instead of the thick pillars, go thin pillars, and then you got it all good. So yeah, let me go over here and show you one last time. So we go thin half beam, then we go long, then we go another thin, and then we go ceiling. Alright, and then what you want to do is you want to put the female on the very edge like you did the other levels. Like so. And, you know, make sure you're ready to catch yourself if you fall like I did. But yeah, so then you do that for the other little platforms, and then you have the platforms all done. There we go. You do that. The rest of them, and then you have, I think that's 28 females producing babies. So every time they mate, bam, 28 Pheomias. Sometimes 30, sometimes more if you get triplets or twins. So that's a decent amount of hide. I'll show you how to actually collect the hide once we're done building here. Alright, so what you do is you put down a pillar, like so. And then you place down like that. And then you bring it down one so it's touching the ground. So when you take away this pillar, it stays in place. So you want to do the same thing over here. Just make sure that it's level with this foundation and not this wall. You don't want that. Alright, so then you go up another, and then you can place down the door again. You just wanted to make sure those pillars are in place, right? And then you can do that, and then you want the beam to go along the top if I can reach like that. Perfect. And then you can place down your walls like so. Now that pillar is there, there will be a snap. I ate that. Oopsies. Now there will be a snap point for these walls, like that. All right. So as you can see now, every single pig in here is mating. So yeah, male to females, male to females, male to females, etc., etc. All of them are mating. All of them will not follow your group whistles, so if you accidentally whistle all follow, they will not fall from their positions. So everything is fine, right? What you can also do here, you can put a trough. I usually like to elevate the trough, just in case someone accidentally breaks it. I need another pillar for that. But yeah, basically what you do now is you sit here and you wait for this entire room to be filled up with Pheomias. You don't have to claim them. You don't have to do any of that. If you're on official settings and whatnot, you can just leave them and let them die. Because I don't know exactly. I haven't played official in years, mind you, but this should still work on official. The babies might die, and then you just come in here with the Theri and you just collect the baby meat anyways, so it doesn't really matter. It's still a hide farm. But basically, you wait until there are a lot of Pheomias in here, you bring in a Therizinosaurus, and then you collect the carcasses with the special attack. If you're on PC, I think it's the C attack. If you're on console, it's the middle of the right joystick. That one, the bite. Yeah? That's the one you use when you're harvesting up the hide. So now, I'll wait until I have a lot of babies in here to really show you what this hide farm can do. When that happens, though, I'll bring it back. I shall bring you back just to show you how overpowered this hide farm is. I make one in every single Ark world that I start, because eventually you need good saddles, and when you need good saddles, you need thousands of hide, and this is the way to get it. Alright, real quickly before I show you the hide farm, here is the material list for the build that I just did. Alright, you're going to need 78 triangle foundations, you're going to need 6 ramps, 1 gate, you're going to need 48 quarter ceilings, 21 pillars, 90 large walls, 1 gateway, 36 normal foundations, and 1 feeding trough for what I just made. Now, if you wanna pretty it up and you wanna make it look cool, the rest of the materials, that's on you. But this is the main outline of the hide farm for you, in case you were wondering. Let's get back to the hide farm. let's show you just how powerful this farm it really is. All right. So as you can see, there's a pretty decent amount of baby Phiomias here. Now this Theri isn't imprinted. It is one that I tamed. It was a 150 in the wild. It has around 48, I think, points. Added. Oh, lag. Oh, I'm so sorry. Into delicate harvesting. You want to upgrade delicate harvesting. Alright, and I'm so sorry about the lag. This is the price you have to pay for infinite hide, everybody. Oh my lord, this is the price you must pay. Alright, so I'm going to show you. As you can see, I have nothing in my inventory besides some thatch and some wood. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to only do the bite attack, and we're going to see how much hide we get. That right there was 40,000 hide right off the bat. 40,000 hide. Maybe 20 minutes of AFK waiting for Phiomias to pop out. 20, maybe 30. So yeah, that's literally the greatest way to farm hide. That is the only way I ever farm hide. When I play this game, I make a Phiomia pig silo and I just hope for the best. You saw that. That was 40,000. Look. 1, 2, 3. 39,900. But that's basically excuse me, 40,000. But yeah, I'm gonna shut this off before my entire world explodes with pigs. But yeah, that's basically it. That's how you make the greatest hide farm you could possibly ever imagine. And as you can see, they all fall right down into the pit. They can't escape. You just have to sit there and just keep spamming your attack button. And there we go. Perfect. 40,000 hide. That's going to be so helpful when I'm making Megalodon and Acro saddles. Like genuinely. But yeah, that's going to be it for this little guide, everybody. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I hope that this does help you even a little bit, right? If you're having trouble farming some hide for some good saddles, here you go. We got a video for you right here, right now. In the updated version, all right? And this is the greatest way. The greatest way. This is the greatest, my best design I've ever made. The other one was a little rudimentary. But you know, we all have our moments. This one is highly optimized for maximum hide efficiency gathering. All right, so that's it. I hope you enjoyed this little guide to farm the max amount of hide you possibly can. If you've enjoyed, please consider sticking around for more Ark content just like this coming to you in the near future. But that's all, folks. Take care. Take care.
Yeah.